I'm going to break your heart, though.
Oh, what are you doing?
There's no feed.
No, this is our feed. We're,
Okay.
this is us.
You're covered?
This is us comedy.
Great.
So everyone knows.
Mesdames, Messieurs, tout le monde, tous et tous, nous allons commencer vers 4 heures. We will begin near 4 o'clock. Pour les gens des médias, vous avisez que nous avons des troubles techniques, donc si vous voulez mettre vos téléphones ici, vous êtes les bienvenus. There is no feed for the media, so just there is a technical piece. So for the media, should you wish to add your phone to the podium, you're welcome to do so. We shall be aiming to begin at 4 p.m. Donc à 4 heures p.m., nous allons viser commencer. Merci bien, on vous revoit très bientôt. Merci.
Marci Ien, she's the Minister of Women and Equality Canada. So she's the one who's be speaking. And you too, doctor. And she has the LGBTQ plus today, June 1st, it's Pride Month. You want to know what is LGBTQ plus plus?
Question though. Is he real?
Bonjour tout le monde. Hi everybody. Je vais devoir vous demander de vous rapprocher, s'il vous plaît. Please, don't be shy. Come and join in. Nous sommes dans du temps inclément, mais ça ne va pas nous empêcher de célébrer aujourd'hui le 1er juin, la première journée du mois et de la saison de la fierté 2022. Hello everyone. There is inclement weather, so I am without a microphone, but that won't stop us from marking the beautiful occasion of June and the start of Pride season. Je m'appelle Fernand Comeau, je suis le directeur exécutif du secrétariat LGBTQ2 au gouvernement du Canada chez Femmes Égalité des genres. So delighted to be with you today in person, of course, ravi d'être rassemblé avec vous aujourd'hui et cette année enfin en personne. Je vais agir aujourd'hui en tant que maître de cérémonie cet après-midi. I am Fernand Comeau. I'm the Executive Director of the LGBTQ2 Secretariat with the Government of Canada at the Department for Women and Gender Equality, and I'll be serving as your Master of Ceremonies this afternoon. To begin, please allow me to acknowledge that we are gathered together on the traditional and unceded territories of the Algonquin Nation. We have a very impressive roster of distinguished guests assembled today to raise the Pride flag and officially mark the beginning of Pride season 2022. Welcome to our distinguished guests and to everyone here assembled, community leaders, community members, allies, colleagues, friends and families. Il y a bien sûr des événements qui marquent notre fierté en tant que membres de communautés lesbiennes, gays, bisexuels, transgenres, queer et deux esprits tout au long de l'année. But today we mark the beginning of the summer Pride season, where from June to September we have the opportunity to gather, to highlight and call attention to our resilience, to celebrate our talents, to recognize all of our beautiful contributions, and to remember that there's no place in our country for discrimination on the basis of our sexual orientations, our gender identities, our gender expressions. La saison de la fierté nous offre aussi la chance de démontrer l'importance de l'inclusion, du respect et des espaces sains et saufs pour nos communautés dans toute leur magnifique nature. It's a season to show how important it is for all of us to be our truest selves, our most authentic selves, and to live our fullest and our best lives. Nous sommes tellement heureux de pouvoir ensemble célébrer cette levée du drapeau en personne à nouveau sur la colline parlementaire. Et sur ce, and so, without further ado, it's my great honor and my great privilege to invite the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau to say a few words. Monsieur le Premier ministre, à vous la parole.
Merci beaucoup. Hello, everyone. What a pleasure to be here today. I am so glad to be here. It's great to be here to raise once again the Pride flag over Parliament Hill. I'm happy also to see so many members, not just of our Liberal team, as well as but people from all different political parties, and even the Mayor of Victoria, who happened to join us today. Lisa Helps. Great to have you here. Because it's important that we be here to celebrate beyond partisanship. Because Pride season is a moment for all of us to recognize the value of making our country more open and inclusive. We all celebrate together Canada's vibrant LGBTQ2 communities, where we can build a world where everyone is free to be their true, authentic self, free to love whom they love, and be proud of who they are. So thank you all for being here. On a fait beaucoup de progrès au cours des dernières années et on poursuit notre travail ensemble. On a banni la thérapie de conversion. Ces prétendues thérapies étaient cruelles et dégradantes et elles ont causé beaucoup de souffrance au sein des communautés LGBTQ2. De plus, le Canada est devenu le premier pays à produire des données sur les personnes transgenres et les personnes non-binaires à l'aide du recensement. Ces données vont combler d'importants manques de renseignements sur la diversité de genre pour nous permettre de mieux répondre aux besoins de tous les Canadiens. In April, Health Canada authorized Canadian Blood Services to lift the current blood donation ban for men who have sex with men. Instead, all donors will be screened for high-risk sexual behavior regardless of sexual identity or sexual orientation. Yeah, that's worth a round of applause. This is a significant milestone in moving forward on both the safety of our blood supply, but also non-discriminatory practices. Over the past years, we funded a dozen research projects that helped lead to that decision, and though it is frustrating that it took so long, this is good news for all Canadians. And we'll be continuing our work together because there's always more work to be done. During the pandemic, we launched the Wellness Together portal in response to the unprecedented rise in levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. We know that 42% of the people texting the portal for support identified as LGBTQ2. We'll continue investing so that more people have access to the resources we need, and to further support LGBTQ2 communities, Budget 2022 proposed $100 million as an investment towards the new federal LGBTQ2 action plan. We'll continue applying intersectional policy lenses that bring together the diverse aspects of people's identities. Through these perspectives, we'll work to address the needs of people who need the support most. In the end, I want to recognize all the brave activists, community leaders and voices who've stepped up over the years as advocates, as allies, to make sure that Canada becomes freer and fairer for everyone. I know there's a lot of people here today who've been part of this fight, who stand in celebration today, but I also know there's a lot of young folks who just happen to be visiting Parliament Hill today. And I can tell you this is a very good day for you to be visiting on Parliament. Because what we are highlighting today, what we are celebrating today, is that Canada truly is one of those rare countries in the world where differences are not a source of weakness, but can be a source of strength, where we learn from each other, where someone being different from you in background, in story, in perspective, or in sexual orientation is actually an opportunity for each of us to grow, but more importantly, an opportunity for our country to be better and richer. And it's not always easy to have people with all sorts of different stories and backgrounds and perspectives come together. But I'll tell you, in a place like this, where we can make it work, where we lean on each other to learn from each other, where we stand in respect of everyone, where we stand for everyone's rights and freedoms to be who they are, then not only do we set the right path for our community, for our family, for our friends, but we also set it not just for next generations in Canada, but for next generations all around the world. C'est une grande fierté pour moi d'être ici avec vous aujourd'hui et je vous souhaite à tous et à toutes une bonne saison de la fierté. Merci tout le monde. Merci. Thank you, Pedro.
Un grand merci, Monsieur le Premier ministre, pour ces mots inspirants. Next, I would like to invite the Honourable Marci Ien, Minister for Women and Gender Equality and Youth, to say a few words. Minister.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Fernand. Can everybody hear me? Yeah. I'm not sure that I have the same voice that carries as the Prime Minister, but I will try my best. Hello, friends and colleagues and advocates. Happy Pride. Yeah. Happy Pride. Pride is such a special time, but even more special because for 2 years we had virtual festivities, and this year we're celebrating in person. In person, it's amazing. And I have to tell you, as much as I love dancing in my living room, and I did do that a lot, doing it alongside all of you is fabulous and will be so much better. So all summer long, this is the beginning of Pride season, all summer long in communities across the country, LGBTQ2 people and allies will march in the streets and attend festivals and gather to reflect on a journey toward inclusion, equality, and acceptance. Et il y a beaucoup à célébrer. We have established Canada's first LGBTQ Secretariat. Fernand is its executive director. He's just doing amazing, amazing work with his team. Amazing work. The Secretariat promotes human rights and develops inclusive and intersectional policies. That is so important, and programs right across government. And I want to personally thank Fernand for emceeing today. You've got a skill set, my friend. We knew about one, this is definitely another. And a huge thank you to your team as well for putting all of this together. It takes a lot of work to do these kinds of things. We amended the Canadian Human Rights Act to protect the rights of trans and non-binary people and prevent discrimination based on gender identity and expression. And that is important, important work. And then we banned conversion therapy right across this country, making Canada's criminal laws on conversion therapy the most comprehensive in the world. In the world. And aside from the policies that we're changing on the ground, and we're doing that by listening to the advocates, listening to those who have led. Rob Oliphant, I know you're here, buddy. You're over there. I see you. Rob, I thank you for your work. Randy Boissonnault, trailblazers, all of you, trailblazers and allies. We're going to be taking things one step further with the recent launch of a new call for proposals for the LGBTQ2 project funding to provide supports and services to those who need it most. And we do that by listening to those on the ground, listening to those who are serving the community so that we can in turn serve well. Earlier this spring, we unveiled the design of the LGBTQ2+ National Monument, Thunderhead. It is gorgeous, it is stunning, and it's a landmark that will embody strength and hope of activists that spoke truth, literally spoke truth to power. Yeah. Et nous sommes sur la bonne voie pour lancer le tout premier plan d'action fédéral LGBTQ2. We have come such a long way. We have friends. That is a fact. But the fight for equity is far from over. We must keep not asking for change, demanding change until every single one of us is protected and can be our true and authentic selves. Yes. We won't stop. Because we believe that by standing up for what is right in Canada and around the world, we honor the legacy of trailblazers who showed incredible strength, incredible courage by living their truth and advocating for LGBTQ2 rights and protections in a time when it could, and often did, cost them everything, everything. So this Pride season, let's pick up the torch. Let's continue to fight for a more equal and consciously inclusive Canada. And let's work together to build the more compassionate country that we all want, where every single person is safe, every single person is respected, every single person can be their true, authentic self. Merci beaucoup. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Minister Ien. I think a vision we can all get behind. Next, I would like to invite to the podium Melissa Lantsman, Member of Parliament for Thornhill, Ontario, and over to you. Lantsman.
First of all, I am so excited to see a class trip here, and I want you to know how important it is. I want you to know that when I took my class trip this would have never happened. And I want you to tell the story to everybody that you know, and I want you to tell the story for a really long time, and I want you to come back next year. It's an absolute pleasure to be here today as we raise the Pride flag on Parliament Hill with my colleagues, with my friends, with allies, and even sometimes political adversaries on many issues, but not this one. And for years, the LGBTQ2 community was left out of critical conversations when legislation was being drafted in these buildings. In fact, because those voices weren't included, there were laws passed that were blatantly discriminatory. Today, Canada is a beacon of hope for a community that I am a proud member of. And I thank so many who came before me to make my path here a lot easier. As a result, our country has stood up repeatedly for those around the world who have been threatened and violently targeted because of their sexual orientation. In April, after months of advocacy, my colleagues and I were successful in getting the government to end the discriminatory gay blood ban, and thank you very much for that. And it's incredible how far we've come, and it's incredible how far we still have to go. We know that there is so much left to do, and we can only absolve the past by changing the future here. Alongside many allies, I'm going to continue to demand equality in all areas of Canadian life, to continue to raise issues from combating the dangerously high levels of suicide and fighting the harmful labels that sadly permeate many parts of our society. Homophobia, biphobia, transphobia have no place in this country. And no one should ever be judged or disadvantaged because of who they love. That's just plain wrong. Today, as we raise the Pride flag on the Hill, we're sending a message to everyone in the LGBTQ community, every single Canadian. You belong, you are loved, you deserve respect and representation in the halls of Parliament Hill and in every single building and in every single institution in every single corner of this country. And I am a part of the many voices we see here today to make sure of it. So with that, happy Pride Month.
Thank you, Ms. Lantsman. J'invite prochainement maintenant la députée de Shefford, Andréane Larouche, à nous dire quelques mots. Madame Larouche, à vous la parole.
Wow! Quelle belle énergie malgré la pluie. What's nice energy? Same if it's raining, right? You're all some little sunshine. Vous aussi, you're little sunshine. Yeah! As a new mom, I will tell you, I will always fight for your rights. Je suis une nouvelle maman depuis 3 mois et ça me rappelle l'importance tous les jours de lutter pour les droits. Et donc, en tant que députée du Québec, je vous comprendrai que je vais m'exprimer principalement en français. Alors aujourd'hui, il est primordial de rappeler, de marteler l'importance de reconnaître et de célébrer les droits des personnes appartenant à la communauté LGBTQ2+. Yes! Regardons ce qui se passe actuellement aux États-Unis avec la remise en question de plusieurs droits qu'on croyait acquis. Il est encore plus important de se tenir debout face à la montée d'un discours de plus en plus sectaire, et oui aux États-Unis, mais qui commence aussi à influencer celui d'une certaine droite canadienne. Et on l'a vu et on en a beaucoup parlé de la question des thérapies de conversion. Ça a été un combat qu'on a mené. Vous trouverez en moi une défenseuse acharnée et je vais me battre, et ce avec tous mes collègues du Bloc québécois, pour faire barrage à toute potentielle attaque envers ces droits. Je vous en donne ma parole aujourd'hui. J'aimerais aussi, sous une note plus positive, mentionner qu'il faut reconnaître que le gouvernement du Québec a toujours été précurseur de ce que ça fait en respect à l'avancement des droits pour les personnes s'identifiant à la communauté LGBTQ2+. Ils ne nous laisseront personne s'attaquer à ces droits qui sont acquis. Alors, j'aimerais aussi rappeler que le Bloc a participé à la législation de l'union civile, si on rappelle un peu d'histoire, donc entre les conjoints de même sexe, et qu'il y a eu aussi des avancées, et qu'entre autres, en 1995, je me rappelle du député Réal Ménard, qui était alors député d'Hochelaga, qui a été le premier à déposer en Chambre une motion qui demandait de reconnaître les unions civiles de conjoints de même sexe. Et on a fait du chemin depuis. Et c'est important, parce que les valeurs de droite peuvent revenir au Canada et que le Bloc sera toujours là pour défendre ces valeurs québécoises et ces valeurs qui vont de pair avec les valeurs LGBTQ2S+. Et croyez-moi, aujourd'hui, on se tient devant le drapeau. Et je pense que pour tout le mois de juin, et pourquoi pas le restant de l'année aussi, soyons-en fiers, soyons fiers de ces couleurs, soyons fiers de chaque couleur que vous portez. Et on sera auprès de vous. Merci beaucoup.
Un gros merci, Madame Larouche. And I would now like to invite Mr. Randall Garrison, Member of Parliament for Esquimalt, Saanishuk, British Columbia. Nice to see you.
Okay, thank you. Well, hello everybody. I'm probably the happiest guy here. There's nothing I like more than Pride season, well, except for one thing, and that's social progress for our community. So I was first elected in 2011. I've been the NDP spokesperson for 2S LGBTQI plus issues, or queer for short, all that time. And I've had the privilege of working with many other members of Parliament to bring forward change for our community. And I think there's one thing, though, we still have to do in Parliament. And I'm going to say this today very openly. We're often accused of recruiting. I'm recruiting. We need more gays, lesbians, transgender, bisexual people in Parliament. There are only 8 of us. 4 of us could be here today, and I welcome all the other allies. But really, if you're not at the table, you're probably on the menu. And so you got to get here to make those kind of changes. But those changes are built on the activism at the community level. Nothing we've been able to achieve in Parliament would have happened without people like you. And so as well as us having something to do, you all have something to do. And that's continue the work at the community level. Not just be out, although I encourage everybody to do that, because it really does get better, but to be involved in your community, to be involved in your union, to be involved in your church, to be involved wherever you are as an openly gay person. Sometimes it's not easy. I have to tell you, I worked for Amnesty International in Afghanistan as an out gay man. And when I got hired, they said it's not the first thing I'd tell people. But you can do it, right? Hard at first. But being present teaches the rest of the community that we have the same goals, the same families, the same things we want to accomplish with our lives as everybody else. And we want to do it on the basis of equality. So all of you need to keep working at the community level and be involved as much as you can. Now, in terms of diversity, we got a little bit better. We have our first Two-Spirit person elected. He couldn't be here today because he's in a seminar on conversion therapy. But that's Blake Desjardins, New Democrat from Edmonton. And I want to give a big shout out to Blake. I'm not sure why we're stuck at 8, and I'm not sure why we're stuck at 2 out lesbians. But, you know, we got work to do. We'll get there. But I have to say also today, thank you for the invitation. And I'm going to be a little indiscreet here. At the first flag raising, some of us had to just invite ourselves up on the platform. And there was a little bit of surprise, I know, from some people when I just showed up. But I couldn't see us doing a flag raising without the community and the members of Parliament who were out gay being on the platform. So I thank the Prime Minister for his kind invitation to speak today. I wish you all well in the Pride season. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Mr. Garrison. And I would now like to invite Elizabeth May, Member of Parliament for Saanich Gulf Islands, British Columbia. Absolutely.
Thank you. Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's it. Pardon.
Merci.
As the last speaker, I never want to take a lot of time because everybody has other things they want to do, particularly to see this flag raised. I acknowledge we stand on the traditional unceded territory of the Algonquin Nation. My name is Elizabeth May. My pronouns are she, her. I'm cisgender, and I'm really proud to be an ally of this incredible community that is the LGBTQ2 spirited community, out and proud. And je suis tellement fière d'être ici sur la colline parlementaire pour célébrer la saison de fierté. And I acknowledge all the MPs and the pioneers who've gone before us, starting with the first out gay MP, my friend Sven Robinson, working up to the current MPs who have done so much work. And Randall Garrison, shout out. Robert Oliphant, yes. Randy Boissonnault, yes. And there are probably many gay people who wish the Prime Minister was gay, but I'm sorry he's not. Sorry.
It's just one of those bad things that popped out of my mouth that I didn't think about ahead of time.
It's okay, Mom.
Yes. We are going to keep fighting for all the trans rights, LGBTQ, gay, whatever way you find your path in this world. I'll close by saying the current Green Party leader, Dr. Amita Kuttner, couldn't be here, but they are very proud to be the first trans person leader of a federal political party. We are just getting started in claiming the places where people belong. Thank you and love you.
Thank you so much, Elizabeth May. It's now my honor to invite the Prime Minister and Minister Ien to raise the pride flag. J'invite maintenant le Premier ministre, la ministre Ien, à lever le drapeau de la fierté.
There we go. Okay. Takes a moment. Very cool. Okay, here we go.
Happy Pride!
Bravo. Bon. Et donc, ensuite, nous allons faire, pour ceux qui veulent les photos, il va y en avoir deux. There's going to be two photos. The first photo, for those who spoke today, please gather on the stage so we can have a photo with the speakers for part one.
We are family.
Can I get everyone to look over this way just for one quick photo?
We will
There you
shift.
go.
We will shift.
Nice big smiles. Happy Pride.
Happy
Happy Pride. Excellent. Thanks.
Et pour une deuxième photo, all of the parliamentarians, tous les parlementaires ici rassemblés, look at the impressive number of parliamentarians, everyone on the stage.
Tous les parlementaires.
Back up. All parliamentarians.
Yeah, we're going to pull them forward. Alex, where do you want us? Get in there. There we go.
Can we move this out of the way?
No, well, we can see you.
What do you think?
Can we just?
It's up to you.
Maybe get some in the back row. We can get in the front row in front of the podium. If you're in the back, come around to the front.
Come to the front.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, just do a front row. Do a front row. Do a front row. Do a front row. There we go. Come on.
That's great.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're there.
Except that Leah,
There
you're
you
too
go.
short. She's in up higher. Who's got the baby? The father.
Okay, everyone.
All right.
On three,
Bravo.
happy
Bravo.
pride.
Yes,
On
we
three,
will.
happy pride.
Happy Pride.
Happy pride!
Okay. I think we have a vote. We have a vote.
And I've
Well, let me, if we're ever on the hill together, please introduce.
Et voilà, je pense que c'est terminé. Cette édition de la Fierté 2022 sur la colline parlementaire. Thank you all for coming out to mark the beginning of Pride Season 2022. Merci, bonne saison de la Fierté. Have a fantastic and fabulous rest of the day in Pride Season 2022. Merci, bonne journée.
get away that easily from them.
Can you get
Little bit of this beach tower too.
little piece?
Breaking my heart.
Okay.
Where's Brent? Where's my twin photo? Got it. Lena Zakarian.
Carolyn Bennett, Minister
You're near
of
next.
Health and Addiction.
You're there next. I want this photo, then that photo. Like, text Brendan. He's in the crowd. We'll just let him.
Yeah.
Communications
That's
guy.
good.
What are you talking about?
Carolyn. Matty Piaget?
Very green.
Where's Brendan? He's still low? Just take this. It'll be easier. You'll get closer. Put your notes down, okay? There we go.